This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning and thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm China Green. This morning on Sunrise, Portland teachers are one step closer to a strike. They've declared an impasse in negotiations. So what that means for the school year moving forward. Plus, there's a new incentive for people to open businesses in downtown Portland. Details on a huge tax break just passed by Portland City Council. But first, let's check in with Daisy Caballero for a look at our forecast this morning. Good morning, Daisy.
Hey, good morning, China. And yeah, good morning to all of our viewers. Let me just step off the screen here so you guys can take this beautiful, right? Isn't that so pretty? We're seeing a little bit of everything, those blues, those pinks. And we're a bit chilly this morning, 60 degrees, but we will be warming up right about 20 to 30 degrees around our region, just depending on where you're located. And that's all thanks to this ridge of high pressure here, keeping us high and dry. Now, because of these warmer conditions as well, there is a potential for heightened fire danger, which we'll talk more about in my full forecast. But current temperatures right now, 52 in Hillsborough, 56 in Forest Grove. Good morning to everyone watching us, looking down south just a bit. Salem clocking in at 54 and 53 degrees for McMinnville. Here's your forecasted temperatures for today. It's going to be another warm one with that sun really shining bright. 80s along the I-5 corridor, low 90s for the Dalles, Pendleton, in some areas in Central Oregon, including Bend. But we'll talk more about what else you can expect for this weekend and the kicking off of your work week. Back to you, China.
Daisy, thank you. New this morning, fire crews are battling a commercial fire in Happy Valley. Clackamas Fire is the lead agency on this one, but they are definitely getting help from Portland firefighters right now. You can see smoke for miles in the area. This is on Southeast Audie Road, if you're familiar with the area. Neighbors tell us that this is right near the Max Green Line, so definitely watch out for possible delays this morning. We'll keep you filled in as we learn more this morning. But right now, we are tracking a developing story this weekend. Teachers in Portland public schools have declared an impasse in contract negotiations. So that puts the state's largest school district one step closer to a strike. Teachers say they're fighting for salaries that keep up with inflation, more planning time, and additional support to help with students' mental and behavioral health. The union says that they declared an impasse because after 8 months of negotiations, they don't feel the district believes or understands their needs. The district says the union has been unwilling to budge on key points, including their demand for a 23% raise over the course of the new contract, along with hard classroom size caps. And here is the president of the union, followed by a district representative.
We love working with our students. We love working with our community. We love working with our colleagues. But working under Portland Public Schools in these conditions is close to unbearable. Literally, we've had educators share that.
Despite our frustration, we continue to keep our students at the center and will strive for compromise. Our students do not deserve this inaction in the face of potential school closures.
So what's next? Well, each side is set to come back with their final offers in the next week. If there's still no agreement, that would be followed by what is called a 30-day cooling off period. So that essentially means the earliest teachers could strike would be October 23rd. Both sides say they'll continue to negotiate, and they already have 3 more meetings on the schedule. Portland Public Schools tried out a new tool to prevent gun violence and to protect students and spectators at high school sporting events. At the Lincoln-McDaniel football game last night, everyone had to pass through these open gate pillars. So the screening system pretty much looks like a metal detector, but it's specifically programmed to expose any weapons that someone might have on them. Specifically, it looks for firearms. Last year, there were 2 shootings outside Jefferson High School, one outside Franklin and another outside Cleveland. The District Safety and Security Task Force presented several recommendations, including this one.
We're not saying your kids are criminal because you're coming to a game. We're saying we want you to come to a game and feel safe.
I mean, I'm really comfortable with it. And, you know, when we go into other events, we've had to do other things and we just adjust with the times.
So this was just a 1-game test for the system. If the district likes how it worked, then they might consider creating a pilot program. Power is back for folks in Northwest Portland. An outage left over 10,000 people in the dark for about 4 hours. PGE says animal contact, their words, knocked out electricity around 6:30 last night. This is video from the Pearl or what you can see of it, with traffic and streetlights out across much of Northwest. That turned intersections into four-way stops and forced restaurants and bars to close their doors in the middle of the Friday evening rush. Oof, tough. More than 3 million potentially lethal doses of fentanyl are now off the streets after a major bust by the West Side Interagency Narcotics Team. They were tipped off on a large shipment on its way from California, and when the suspect's vehicle was spotted in downtown Portland, officers searched that car. They found 40,000 fentanyl pills, 18 pounds of powdered fentanyl. You're seeing it there on your screen. It's a lot. Street value some $600,000, a lot. One man was arrested and now faces a federal count of possession with intent to distribute. Portland leaders are going to start offering businesses a tax break if they sign a new lease in Central City. They hope to bring more office workers back. So businesses in downtown, in the Lloyd District, and in Lower Albina can apply. They have to sign at least a 4-year lease. Yes, 4-year lease. Then they can get part of their business licensing tax waived. The city hopes that this will bring workers back into the office in the city's core.
We know that the foot traffic, the investment, and the economic activity that those employers bring benefit other small businesses and our public spaces and our overall feeling of safety and welcomeness that we want to continue to foster and drive here.
The mayor's office told us that they are considering other economic opportunities as well. For example, they're looking at creating what's called a tax increment finance district in the Central City to help spur development.